What is up, everyone? Welcome to yet another Against All Odds episode. This time, we have a save coming from a Big Mac with sauce or without sauce. I forgot his name already. Whichever one, Big Mac, my boy, has provided us with this save. We are playing as an Obama garrison led by a captain with 2 Yariki, a bunch of line infantry, and garrison infantry. The important thing with the Obama faction is that their garrison units get an extra 2 experience, which is very, very, very handy for levy units especially. Up against us, we have gotten a horde of Kachi. That's a lot of Katana and Yari in the first army, and more one Yari Kachi in the second army, and then the third force has also a bunch of Yarikachi and, interesting, the unit of Paris guns. And we are defending, of all places, we are defending Kyoto, the seat of the emperor or the shogunate. I think the Obama are still fighting for the shogunate. So we have holy crap. Let me know if you guys want to see this campaign, because this is actually a Republic of Obama campaign. Whoa, man. Usurped to the imperial throne, I guess, and you can see the main Obama army there in the background. But we won't be needing his help. We won't be needing the help of Obama in this fight. Let's get right on into it. And then we have to engage in the fighting retreat, sort of, but not in an intricate one. I can't do that. I have to tone down everything just to get things going. So I'm gonna have 1 unit to spear levy. 1 unit to spear levy outside. Garrison units separated into their own groups. I prefer having them separated into their own groups, away from the normal units, the rest of the other units, from the rest of the army, because that denotes them as being expendable, which is important, I guess. The unfortunate thing is, because of units bugging out, I'd love to be able to use Neil Fire in this scenario, and it works if you have the morale, but I don't have a general, and these are fresh recruits. They're gonna get 1 volley off and then get caught in a fight with Katana Kachi and just slaughtered. So what I'm going to do instead is just place them around everywhere here in the Tenshu. Try and get as many of them. Try and get as many lines of fire going. And this is the useful thing with Neil Fire, is that you can fight in these narrower spaces and still have a decent amount of firepower. It's not just completely wasted. I'm gonna have 1 unit of line infantry, or maybe I'm gonna place the garrison instead, probably. It is just gonna be the biggest fighting retreat you can think of, but a very, very short distance one, because everything is just gonna get screwy with the pathfinding. Then I have levy infantry on that side, because there's gonna be a unit of Kisho Ninja approaching. And then finally the garrison. I'm going to place them back here just to give some fire support to get rid of the enemy general. Once that's done, I'm gonna pull them back into the Tenshu, because there's nothing else they can do. I think it's good. Or maybe... yeah, that's better. And action. There we go. Excellent work. It's time to get rid of the enemy general and his cavalry contingent. Very important to get rid of the general in this fight, because there's a lot of high experience units in the enemy army, and I would hate very much to have to route units multiple times because they're not shattering. Alright, this guy's approaching, but not the Yariki. Interesting. It's a very, very interesting fight. I have to be very careful, though. I have to be very careful, though, not to get a counter charge on my cavalry. I don't want that to happen. Excellent. Yeah, just use the spear levy as a sort of deterrent. And they have two units of experience, which is very, very important for this kind of fight. I don't want them to instantly rout the moment they get friendly fired. That's a problem with Spear Levy when they don't have any experience. And I did not get a charge off on this cavalry, but it's almost gone, so it's fine. And then finally we have the enemy general. I'm going to focus fire him now.
Sir, I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
Aware of that. And get out, quick before the Yachty key charges you down. And I gotta make sure the enemy general actually dies. I would have loved to place some levy infantry here on the front, but their pathfinding gets bugged and they don't respond to orders, and it just creates an absolute mess inside, and then you're just gonna have... Alright, that's it. Get out. Get back into the fort now. Gotta zoom in just to make sure that the enemy general actually dies. I'm guessing he's dead. Yeah, but I didn't get any announcements, so that's weird. Something's not right. Something's not right. But anyway... I do have a mini-map though, that's interesting. I keep on forgetting I have it for reference because I'm used to playing this on Legendary, so... It's a luxury, I guess. Not everything is against me in this weird fight. Not everything is against me in this weird fight. Let's go. So we get Kyoto police here. I'm gonna put them in guard mode. And it's the same thing with this unit to Spear Levy. I'm giving them a narrower frontage so they take fewer casualties from Katanakachi. It takes longer to get through them, and it gives more of a firing chance for my men, more targets for my men to fire at. Come on, move, friends. I gotta be careful not to mess up with this formation, not to take it apart, even if I'm tempted to. So this is why Kyoto is weirdly a pretty tough castle. Like, you'd think that a maximum... The highest level of castle would be easy to defend, but this is a unique map for Kyoto, and it's actually pretty bad to defend because there's just one large courtyard here, and this gives plenty of room for the enemy army to form up. The main advantage of forts in this game is because they have multiple tiers, it forces enemy units to break up, but you don't really get that in this setup here. It doesn't really happen. So it's ironic that Kyoto is actually, given its level of upgrade, is not a strong defensive point, not very much. Now it's just a question of attrition at this point, which is sad. And we're also getting... Oh, no. We're also taking fire. That's what I was talking about earlier. It even gives enough units, enough space for bows, for archers to form up and start firing. But we're not on legendaries, so the buffs that they do get to their accuracy and reload aren't that bad, but I'm gonna have to move units around no matter how little I'd like to. Our men on the walls aren't doing too bad. They're trading pretty well so far. The difficult part is the Katanakachi. Once the Katanakachi are out, it should be just markedly more easy. Alright, let's get the Kyoto police in there first. Get a good charge off. And at least neutralize the flag. And get some kneel fire going. You gotta be careful not to enable kneel fire and then tell units to go onto the wall, because that just causes them to bug out. Well, the units spear levy infantry in the rear, capturing the fort, but it's more of a nuisance than an actual problem, and they will shatter soon. That is assuming that the enemy general is dead. I have to make sure because I can't. Okay, well, never mind. He is dead, even though the game didn't announce it. $212 kills on this unit of line infantry on the walls. Not bad at all. Katana Kachi is actually wavering and might break soon, but I don't have any melee infantry to spare. Unfortunate. What I can do though is pull this levy infantry out, spear levy, and then suddenly there's an enfilade of fire right into the side profile of the unit. Amazing. Truly amazing. It's only units of garrison infantry, so not too much of a loss doing that. And I'm gonna rapid advance out of this scenario just to save most of my men. You want to slowly give ground. Katana Kachi are shattered. That's great. It's great. We're seeing the Katana Kachi slowly break away. That's great. Bokachi are no longer harassing our men on the front. No, none of our units have entered the red yet, which is good. A good sign. It's just so sad to have all my cavalry here in the rear, but they can't really contribute to the fight. But I think I can move them out safely at this point. There's no threat of them being intercepted, so we're getting ready over here for the major push. I'm gonna try setting up line infantry here in a better spot. Just try and get as many guns in there firing on these units. I'm gonna pull the levy infantry back, and we're gonna see how well that helps our men. Yeah, they bugged out. This is what I'm telling you. You have to be very conservative in your strategies. Hey, maybe we'll get a bit of fire into the side of these men. Interesting target. There's one right in front of you here, but okay. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Scum. I like seeing that. And I can just turn off the UI over here and just enjoy taking the sights and smells of all this crap. It's just unfortunate that the game keeps on bugging out in this scenario. Smash that key and get some screenshots in there for the thumbnail at least. I don't have Neilfire on this unit, I just realized. But it's okay, their main purpose is to just delay the enemy, that's it. And that's enemies getting shredded in that mean grinder. We do have some cavalry left hanging around there in the rear, but that's fine. I just want to make sure I don't lose any of the line infantry at the very least. And I just realized that there's this tower firing down on my men. I don't like that. Let's try and get some cavalry in the rear. At least get a bit of a morale debuff going, because there is indeed a significant morale debuff to having units in your rear, even if they're not charging. The cavalry, I see they are slowly approaching. I guess that's the final throw of the dice. Charge, 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 charge. Line, kneel fire, come on. Kneel fire, scumbags. Awesome. Right into their rear, right into their flank. It's not the most pretty strategy, but it's definitely the one that works, unfortunately. The most reserved one. Broken? Alright. I think we did enough work over here. Got Yarikachi wavering. Maybe if I charge them down, we'll get them to break. Not enough. Nope, not enough. I'm putting my cavalry out here because it's not really working out. Anyway, you got Yarikachi here. A unit of line infantry that might break at some point. I might get, slaughtered against the unit of Yarikachi. Not good. Not an ideal fight to be taking, but hey, they are not dying in vain. I just don't like losing any of these powerful units. Line infantry is still a very powerful unit, and that was enough to rout the Yarikachi routing at like 90 or 100 men because they have 1,000 guys running past them. Their friends just running away, trying to beat it out of the fort. I'm going to pull these units out of this fight. Oh, never mind. I was trying to... You want to pull units out of the fight just to give a chance for your men to actually fire. Get a good volley off. And that is so... Never mind. Once the corpses become visible and the smoke clears up, it's very, very beautiful indeed. And we have... None of our units are under threat of getting deleted so far, so that's good. And I think... Okay, we got the enemy cavalry coming up. I gotta move a unit onto the walls. Fastly. Fastly, boys. Form up on the walls. Form up on the walls and get some shots. I want to see bullets flying into these cavalry. I want them to see that despite sending their best units into the fort, the cream of their army, we're still... We will fight them. We will fight them like tigers. Tigers. We are the tigers' craw. Oh, and they're coming after my cavalry. Well, that's interesting. Let's spread the levy infantry out on the wall. We got 1 unit of line infantry close to 700 kills and not even expending most of its ammo. I guess it was killing a bunch of routing units the whole time. Just routing men running right through it. That's fun to see. Always fun to see that. Yariki running after my own Yariki in vain, I guess. And this unit's out of ammo, I just realized. But hey. We got all our line infantry out here set up in kneel fire. Firing down on these men as soon as they crest the parapets. And I should be getting the army losses soon. Come on. That's most, if not the whole enemy army, absolutely devastated. I don't know if any of their units actually survived because they had to all run through this entire mass of line infantry with with kneel fire. But look at that. I see plenty of flashing banners. And they should be gone soon. Yeah, that's broken. Lots and lots of units broken. Awesome work, boys. I'm very proud of you now, even though I don't like how you have a very, very eccentric interpretation of my orders with bugging out constantly. But let's just watch these guys get finished off for good measure. And that's what that looks like it's 20 FPS right now. Truly phenomenal work, man. I applaud you. And that is the power of kneel fire. You can basically double your firepower in these narrow spaces. You need kneel fire to properly fight these siege defenses in these narrow areas. And that should also show you how traditional infantry, ironically, are a tougher opponent to crack than standard infantry, than line infantry. Funnily enough, given the setting, it's the samurai that are much more dangerous as opponents than line infantry, because line infantry need the line of sight in order to be effective, and in these scenarios, they don't get much opportunity to do that. Okay, well, I'm done with that. Costly victory. Well, I agree, if only because the game is just woefully ill-equipped to handle these larger scale sieges. Our only loss was the unit of levy garrisons. I did not capture the parrot guns, unfortunately. But the game seems to be very inconsistent in how it rewards captured artillery. Sometimes it captures them, sometimes it doesn't. I have never been able to figure it out. 1 unit of line infantry is 703 kills. Holy crap. How many losses did you take? So... And we killed about 80% of the enemy force. Not bad, considering I didn't really chase any of them down. And we also got the general as well in the first army and maybe the second army. I'm not sure if he died, but let that be a display of the best and worst of Fall of the Samurai. The best part being how positioning matters in siege defenses so much, and it's not just a static defense, but at the same time, the way units bugging out places an annoying limit on what you can do. You can't be as ambitious as you'd like to be, but that's the end of that fight. And the enemy force, that enemy threat has been largely neutralized. While our garrison is going to be instantly replenished mid-turn. So thank you so much for watching, guys. And let me check something. Holy crap. Let me know if you guys want to see this campaign, because this is actually a Republic of Obama campaign. Whoa, man. But he definitely does have the strength and he does have the money. Max tax. Oh my. Oh, guys, you let me know if you want me to. But it's not legendary though. I think it might be very hard. I'm not sure. What's the? It doesn't say what the campaign difficulty over here is. I'm not sure. It doesn't say records. It doesn't say that. Okay. But let me check something. Hang on. Check settings. Game settings. That's the battle difficulty. Battle difficulty is very hard. But I wonder, oh, never mind. You guys let me know if you want to see this, and I will, I'll see you next time. And if you have any saves you want to share, send them my way. And you can also support me further by hopping onto Patreon, supporting me there. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!